crypto friends, how's it going? I'm Michael Zelbel. In this video, I want to take $2,000 worth of Chainlink tokens, bring them from the Ethereum net over to Avalanche, and then deploy them in a money market called Benki. Over there, I hope they earn me a good yield. Just as a side note, I purchased these Link tokens using the free commerce trading interface. I started out with a regular trade where I would go into a token and then take profits when it goes up. And I ordered $2,000 worth of Chainlink. I used the trailing buy functionality of free commerce. That means it will follow a downtrend in the price of the token. And once the price just about goes up again, then it will buy. This saved me around about $58 with this purchase. Of course, this functionality can fire backwards. In case the token price just goes up, then I will pay a little bit more. But if I use it when the token price goes down, then it's saving me money. I really love that. But that's just as a side note. But in general, what I tell you over here is no financial advice. Trading tokens can lose you money. Hodling tokens might lose you money. DeFi protocols get hacked. Funds get stolen. Do your own research and then take your own decisions. I decided over here that I want to hodl the Link tokens because I believe in the Chainlink project. I believe in the longevity of this project and in the success. So I canceled all my sell orders and I looked for a place where the Link tokens can earn me yield. And that brought me to Avalanche. Avalanche is a layer 1 solution like Ethereum, but of course it's newer, so it's faster and the costs are cheaper and it's already eco-friendly. All fine, but so far there was not much going on Avalanche. So the Avalanche Foundation announced that they do a $180 million DeFi incentive program, and that will attract projects. So I think Avalanche is a very good play in the DeFi space at the moment. And most important for me and my Chainlink tokens, there's a bridge from Ethereum to Avalanche. So on their website, avex.network, there's a menu, and at the bottom there's the Avalanche bridge. That brings us to bridge.avex.network. Over here, I can connect my MetaMask wallet. I click next, I connect, and then I am ready to bridge from Ethereum to Avalanche. Let me reverse the direction over here so that the site adds the Avalanche network to my MetaMask. Over here, MetaMask shows me a warning, but I double checked all the parameters and they are correct. So I can approve and switch the network to Avalanche. See, now I could bring my tokens in the opposite direction back to Ethereum. Maybe sooner or later I want to do that, but for right now, let's switch back. I want to bring my Link tokens to Avalanche. One thing that I really love is that by sending over the tokens, I qualify for a little AVAX airdrop. This is just a mini airdrop, but it will help me to cover fees for transactions on the Avalanche blockchain, maybe 2 or 3 transactions. And that's probably all I need to deposit my Chainlink tokens over there. Let's see. I never tried that out, but I just hope that's enough. Then I don't even have to buy AVAX tokens. Let's get started. In the From section, from Ethereum, I search for Link. And I will find my Link tokens. I click on Max to transfer all my tokens. And I will get Link.E, which is the Avalanche version of Link. The transfer fees are reasonable. So let's click on Transfer. I confirm that in my MetaMask. And now this is going on. It is waiting for all the confirmations, and I can see what the status is over here. That might probably take quite a while. So this took 10 minutes for all the confirmations on the Ethereum side and then another 2 seconds on the Avalanche side. And it redirected me to this page over here. Over here is a link. Make sure the token is added to your wallet. I did not add the link.e token to my MetaMask wallet yet. So let's click the link and see how that goes. I click on MetaMask. I switch the network to AVAX. And it says link.e add token. And when I now open my MetaMask wallet and go to assets, then it should show me my link.e token. It says loading. Yeah, but here we go. 75 link.e. Fantastic. I have 0.05 AVAX tokens. I hope that is enough for transaction fees. Good. With those tokens in my wallet, I can head over to Benki. It's at benki.fi. I will launch the web app and connect my wallet. Over here on Benki, there's a supply side and a borrow side. When I go to overview, then it shows me what APYs are expected for what kind of transaction. So I can supply link tokens, and that should give me an APY of 13.57%. There's a supply APY and a distribution APY, and both add up to 13.56% at the moment. I can also use my link as collateral and then borrow something. For example, I borrow USDT. Then on the borrow amount, I will expect an APY of 23.84%. So all in all, the APY should add up to something interesting, let's say. So let's go to markets. Over there, select link. I have to approve my first link.e transaction and then send them over. So let's go to max. It would be the 75.4 link E. Here's the APY again, and I want to use them as collateral. So I enable this one. Use link.e as collateral. Yes. Confirm enabling link.e to be used as collateral. I will do that in my MetaMask. I confirm. That was fast. Now I can approve and deposit. Let's try that. Confirm. Now I have to confirm the transaction, but I don't have enough AVAX anymore for gas fee. So the airdropped AVAX didn't last all that long, and I have to get some more. I will probably buy just a little bit of AVAX on Binance and send it over here to my MetaMask. I have to go through the Avalanche wallet for that, but I'm not going to film that. I will just send the AVAX over here and then continue from over here. Okay, I loaded 0.4 AVAX into my MetaMask. That's around about $15. And that should be enough for all the transaction fees that I have to pay. So I'll try again to supply my link tokens over here. I deposit to confirm the transaction. And this is done. Okay. Now my link tokens should earn this APY, and they should be usable as a collateral. Let's try that out. Go to the borrow side, and there I want to borrow USDT. I can choose how much of my maximum borrow amount I want to borrow. If I would go all the way up, then you see big red flags. We don't want that. So I don't want to go to 100%, of course. I don't even want to go to 80%. Let's stay with 70%. Let's borrow 750 USDT E. I cannot use these as collateral, but that's okay. Let's borrow them anyway. I guess if I would borrow another coin, I could use the other coin as a collateral again and then layer this whole game, but then it would get very complex for me. I don't want that. So I confirm. And that's complete. Okay, my net APY now went up to 20% because I borrowed something. Now that I have the USDT, why not put them back over here to the supply side? Let's go to USDT. I have to approve the USDT transaction before I can deposit them. That's fine. Anyway, I want to deposit the maximum amount of USDT. Approve and deposit. So first I have to confirm to approve, and then I should have a second confirmation over here. No? Ah, yeah, now it's coming. I confirm that too, and that's deposited. Good. So all in all, the site now suggests that I have a net APY of 22.9%. I think that's quite good. This is not astronomically high, but just for having my link tokens over here and then do this little borrow and deposit move, I think that is fantastic. Of course, I have to see that I never exceed my limit over here. So this is something that I have to watch. I also have to keep an eye on the APY over here because that could go down at any point in time. Maybe when the rates go down, I have to move the funds to another money market, or maybe I can just leave it over here. Then after 1 year, I would make another review video. If I have to move the funds, I would also make another video. So if you want to follow what I do over here, why not subscribe to the channel? The rewards that I can pick up for this move, they're over here under the rewards section. And of course, right now, there is not much. A little bit of G token is already there after a few seconds, but no AVAX token yet. Here is where I could provide liquidity for this market, and that has got a pretty high APY, 470%. But I'm afraid that the AVAX token is currently quite volatile, and I don't know much about the G token, so I'm not buying these two tokens to provide liquidity over here. But maybe after a while, when I have some more experience with this site, I would consider that too, if the APY would stay high as it currently is. Let me know what you think. And if you think I could improve this position over here on Banky in the one way or the other, please let me know. I'm very grateful for tips because I'm totally new to all this DeFi things and I'm completely new to Banky. I've never done anything with Avalanche or Banky before, so I might overlook the one or the other thing. With that said, I hope I see you in the next video.